Professor Chris Imumolen, good afternoon to you and you're welcome. Okay, so I guess we may need to boost your audio, but then let's just get into the conversation. Now, President Trump's comments have sparked sharp reactions. How do you view this threat of possible U.S. military action against Nigeria?
I believe you can hear me now, right?
Yes, you
okay.
are. Go ahead.
Okay. Number one is that Nigeria is a country of its own, that has its own sovereignty. And yes, we have our challenge, just as the United States of America do have their challenge. I'm a Christian and I advocate for religious rights. Everyone should have freedom to worship, be it Muslims or Christian. But again, looking at the American, especially the President of America, coming in to speak and identifying Nigeria as a country of particular concern, especially at this moment, it's a huge blow to the country's image. And like I said, we are a country of our own and ourselves. And what I expect the government should do, those in power should do, is to find a diplomatic way to resolving this matter while standing firm as a country that has its own sovereignty. We have our challenge, yes, and but again, we must be careful in managing this particular pronunciation.
Well, the Nigerian government has come out to insist that it upholds religious freedom. Now, from your own assessment, how accurate is President Trump's claim about Christian persecution in Nigeria?
Yes, we have seen attacks in churches, not just now. Religious crisis in Nigeria spans back before even this administration. I do not speak for this administration, but I speak the truth. Religious violence have been, it's part of our upbringing. We were born into this crisis. Yes, we should not die into it. There should be a time where this should end. We've seen Christians being massacred by Fulani jihadists and terrorists. We've seen that happen. It's all over everywhere. And I think the government should, at this time, take more sincere approach towards ensuring that those who are truly involved in this massacre are apprehended and they are brought to book. It's high time for us to rejig, especially our judiciary system, to reinforce sincerely our security system. So President Trump has made a claim. There is an iota of truth in it. But again, we know the challenge we are faced in Nigeria. We know that our problem is politically motivated. And this, we know where it's coming from. And I believe the government they should stand and ensure that whatever it is that is happening within the political atmosphere that is now leading to massive massacre of the Christian and the Nigerian people in particular. We've seen Muslims and Christians being massacred. It's high time for them to look at this information, use this period to sanitize and eradicate totally the security challenge that we have in our country.
So you're saying the situation in Nigeria is politically motivated. Some analysts also believe that Trump's statement is largely politicized and aimed at appealing to conservative voters in the U.S. So in the midst of these challenges and the politicization of the situation, do you agree more with what people are saying about the U.S. president's statement?
Well, it's a dicey situation. Yes, politicians all over the world must make statements that will always end them political score points. That is true. Politicians all over the world. But what matters is let us look at the context of the statement and what do we actually do with that statement to help our nation. There is some element of truth that Christians have been massacred, but the truth, therefore, is that Nigerians all over the north and many parts of the country have been attacked by terrorists, have been attacked by S-men. We see this happen. This is not the first time we are complaining about it. But like I said, there is also a political motivation. It should score him a point as a politician if he wants to use this particular concern to get more conservatives to come to his side, to get more Christians to believe that he is fighting for Christians, not just in the US, but all over the world, and bring more confidence to him. Yes, I agree with that. That is a political move. But what we should be concerned as a nation is, like I mentioned, yes, the political move, but is this thing truly happening? What should we do yes, a messenger has spoken, but the message that have been delivered, we need to pick it as a country, work on it. The last tweet that was tweeted by the President of America said that he is giving an instruction to the what's it called, the war something in the US, to begin to look at launching an attack to Nigeria. We must not get to that level. We must ensure as a country we put our machineries in place and make sure that we sanitize this. Let's take this opportunity to end this religious war, the war Nigeria once and for all. And we can only be the one to do it ourselves. We must not expect an external forces to come in, because that will become the biggest problem we'll be facing as a nation.
Well, the U.S. president in statement has come out to say that he wants to intervene directly by wiping out the terrorists killing the Christians, according to his statement. And he didn't say he wants to invade Nigeria, so to speak. Now, the Nigerian president will be hoping to have some sort of communication or meeting with the U.S. president. Can that be a conduit by which the Nigerian government can solicit for maybe technical or military support, joint action to actually deal with insurgency in the country? Don't you think?
Yes. In diplomatic sequence, we have gotten to a level where there is now a confrontation. The U.S. government has outrightly confronted the Nigerian government by issuing warning stem. At this point, navigating through the moment and ensuring that Nigerian government is able to secure partnership that they would have secured since before now might be pretty difficult. I think what the Nigerian government should be focusing on is to look for ways to convince not just the American, the world entirely, that the statement by the President of America is entirely not true, and the Nigerian government is doing a lot to eradicate it. The US have their own problem. They have their own challenge. Every other country, this is our challenge, but there is sincerity in tackling it. I think that communication need to be passed along. A better perspective need to be sent out to the world, to making the world have that confidence in the government that a lot is being done. Then after that, partnership cannot be discussed. I think what we must do at this point is to communicate, is to ensure that we have better dialogue, and is to ensure that not just that the president sent emissaries to meet with the Senate in America to discuss this, the president himself must begin to facilitate a meeting with the American president, not to beg, no, but to correct. It's his job to sell Nigeria properly, and the president should be in the best position at this time to do that.
Thank you so much, Professor Chris Imumolen, for sharing your thoughts with us on the news. We appreciate that.